Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. So in the short video I thought I'd talk you through some of the stuff I've been doing with these mortise locks, and this mortise lock on the right in particular that came with the house that we just purchased, a 1912 craftsman house. The mortise lock was actually broken. The deadbolt had actually been sawn off at some point in the past, probably because it became stuck. They weren't able to get in or out, so that obviously wasn't working, and there was a spring that was broken inside. And it didn't come with a key. So rather than replace it with something that looks new, that sort of had to change the look and feel of the door, the antique door, which is really rather nice, I decided I'd embark on sort of refurbishing it, finding replacement parts, which has been tough. I'm not quite there yet, but it's definitely a challenge. And I'm a big fan of restoring things where possible. So this lock on the right here is the one that came in the door. The one on the left is one that I found through eBay, not actually listed on eBay, but one of the sellers on eBay who sells a lot of locks. I sort of contacted him and he had the exact same model. Actually it's a different revision, but it almost looks identical. With a cracked case, you can see here, and some of the internal parts missing, but it had the deadbolt, which is really what I was looking for. So let me go ahead and open this one up so you can have a look inside. It's amazing how well these things are made, and how this thing has lasted for so many years. And inside actually is in really good shape. Just that deadbolt and one of these leaf springs that had broken, that still is broken. You can see it right there. So that spring would loop round and sort of push up against this little notch here. You can see the deadbolt here. That's the part that I replaced. So let me just talk through some of the parts in here. This of course is the latch. This is what I call the catch. I'm not sure the right terminology for it, but what it does is it either frees that, so your door handle goes through here, and if that's free, you can turn it and open the door. If this is locked, you can't turn it, you can't open the door, so the door will lock behind itself. And then this, of course, is the deadbolt that extends, as you can see, like that. And this is where the lock cylinder goes in. This is the original lock cylinder, and like I mentioned, I didn't have a key. It didn't come with a key, so I'm either looking at replacing this with something that's the same size, or getting it rekeyed, which I haven't really embarked on that yet. I did buy this one from Amazon for about $15, which I thought was a really good deal. Made by Schlanger. But unfortunately it is too short. So if I put this side by side with this one, you can see it's not going to go in far enough because the door is rather thick. But this one sort of goes in. I'm not sure which side it would go in from. I think it would be lock at the top, so this would be on the outside. It's probably like this. And these little notches, you can see, obviously when it's oriented so it's vertical, you would tighten the screw and that would lock this in place, so someone from the outside wouldn't be able to twist it out, which would obviously be a bad thing. This is the replacement mortise that Ted from eBay was very kind enough to provide me with. Let me just show you that very quickly. And the deadbolt that was sawn off. Really are beautiful things, these mortise locks. This is the old deadbolt. So as you can see, let me get this out of the way. As you can see, it's been sawn off. So you know, the deadbolt simply wouldn't come out and activate. It's pretty useless like that. And this is the one that Ted provided me with, which has some writing on the end of it. It says the Reading Hardware Company, RHC, who created this lock. And what else is there to show you here? This is the face of the deadbolt. You can see the marks from where it was sawn off. Before I actually found this replacement, I was looking at getting one 3D printed. I thought that'd be a nice little challenge. And actually what seemed to be the best option would be to print a 3D mold and then get that cast in brass. But that would have been expensive. It would have been, you know, quite a process. Of course, the tolerances on this need to be pretty tight in order for it to work. So it was much easier to find a replacement part in the end. But it did require a lot of digging and using the right search terms. You know, I was using RHC initially, and then I started using Reading Hardware Company or Reading Mortice on eBay, and found a lot of other results that I was missing. So that's one little tip. And that's about it. I do need to find a replacement spring for this. I've been told that these are much easier to replace. It's essentially a bit of steel that comes around here, and I think it can be attached into that groove there. This one could be slid out and another one put in. Of course, it needs to be the right size and needs to be put into the right shape. So that's my next task, along with finding a replacement cylinder. But after that, I think this lock will be ready to go after a bit of cleaning and greasing. And so that's about it. You know, I think it's been a interesting learning experience for me. You know, I wouldn't be too intimidated by these. They definitely can be repaired if you're willing to put in the time to find the replacement parts you need. There are quite a few folks out there that actually specialize in these locks and will repair them for you. Many locksmiths, it seems, are kind of not interested in them as much. But just go online and have a look and see what you can find. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.